So the next break, I'm going to play a video of an interview of me at the World Manufacturing Forum in 2019. I received that invitation from the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, or UNIDO for short. And you are inclined to stay and watch, or you can get up and stretch around and come back for a break. And then after the play of that video, mind you, it was in Italian, so there's like an interpretation because the event was in Chernobyl, Italy. I was very grateful to receive that invitation, and it validated in my heart that the work and the mission of this organization is important, you know, for that high profile meeting. So I'm going to play that, and you can head to your break or stay and catch up.
Based 501c3.
May you please briefly tell us about Women Who Code?
Sure. Women Who Code is a United States-based 501c3, tax-exempt organization which is dedicated to inspiring women to excel in their careers. It was first established in San Francisco in 2013, and it has grown with a lot of networks in various cities that are headed mostly by women. And so the branch that I direct, which I founded in late 2015, after living in the United States for about 7 years, I took a trip back to Ghana, which is where I'm originally from, and created a network for that Accra chapter. So I co-direct, and I'm the founder of that Women Who Code Accra.
What is the Adopt a Programmer campaign?
Well, so after that initial work with establishing Women Who Code Accra, I returned, and fortunately the press took interest in what I had to say. So we had a Huffington Post article, which is Learning to Code is Changing the Lives of Ghana Women. Then the BBC segment also featured the women by visiting them in a co-working space, another technology sister house localized in Ghana, and they filmed the women during a Python workshop. But for the many triumphs, like the branding that I got through Women Who Code, it appeared that I could connect more with the women there. And also there was a financial and operational gap that it didn't cover my trip, my expenses. So it became more or less like a volunteer give back to the community of women who I had walked in their shoes, right? And then my friends and work colleagues decided, hey, we can help you create another organization that works to promote people doing what you do. And that became the Adopt a Programmer vibe, because in some sense, I adopted the community which I grew up in. And now we want to inspire and replicate this on a national level, so more programmers can do that.
How digitalization can help to overcome the gender gap?
So I think when you look at the world, internet access, right? The people in China, because it's a very big population, they lead in the number. But by the population percent of people who have internet access, about 88% in Africa, right? Which is my area of expertise in an emerging economy, do not have. And most of these actually are women who do not have that. So if you do not have that internet access to begin with, well, how are you going to be able to close that gap, right? I was talking to you about the new organization called Coders Who Travel, which seeks to inspire and advance the careers of programmers in less developed regions, right? We can start some conversations over there, but some, even for those who have this internet access, which is a lot of people in the middle class, who our organization do not want to leave behind, right, of the opportunities, these cities have internet access, but then even when they have, the cost, okay? On average, a programmer over there is paid about maybe $600, and internet cost is about $100 for a set number of gig. And that depends on how quickly the person uses it and finish. And so that affects that, right? So even if we get programmers to adapt programmers, then we have to talk about how do we ease the constraint of internet access. Another issue is not enough co-working spaces, in developed and advanced countries like here, Italy, and, it's so easy to get internet and commute to a place and find a place to work. But in these emerging economies, they are far out placed. And so if I'm traveling about 1.5 hours just to get to a place, that defeats the purpose. And so overcoming that internet challenge will help the digitalization to close the gap.
These old.
All right. Thank you for watching. The next, I've put Priscilla's email in the chat, so you can follow up with her if you have more questions. I'm going to play a song that has inspired me. I've sung it at an annual summit by Team Esteem, whose co-founder is a senior advisor at Coders Who Travel called Carl Herbert Graby. And I love this song so much, so enjoy. And if there's more time, we'll have time for one favorite song.
I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. And all my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You will lead me through the fire, and in darkest night, you were close like no other. I've known you as a father, I've known you as a friend, and I have lived in the goodness of God, yeah. And all my life you have been faithful. Oh, and all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God, yeah. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I'm gonna sing of the goodness of God. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna sing. Oh, 'cause all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I'm gonna sing of the goodness of God. Oh, I'm gonna sing of the goodness of God. With every breath, oh, for all my days.
Thank you for listening.